Wow. Hey guys, it's Tina D, and I'm not done with you yet. I think there's a few things we need to talk about, like this week's news. Hmm. Well, I'm sure by now you guys have heard about Lisa Marie Presley and her book signing deal. 4 million for a tell-all book about her dad's little secrets and some unheard things about her ex-husband, the king of pop, Michael Jackson. So, here we are. Thought I'd bring attention back to Lisa Marie Presley when she appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2010, and Lisa Marie was talking about Michael Jackson, and yeah, she said a few things that were interesting, and we know that the whole thing was planned, right? So why don't we take a look for a second? Let's just go into this. Which of these phones have you seen online video advertising for? None. Don't you like when YouTube just gets right in the middle of your business? Well,
today,
anyway.
All new. Oprah on location in England.
You've not spoken about Michael Jackson since his death.
Lisa Marie Presley.
Her one and only television interview.
Are you struck between the parallel in your father's life and Michael Jackson's life?
Was there a lot of pressure for you to have a baby?
Why did the marriage end? Did you suspect a drug problem? Do you think he could have saved it? Did he have to die for you to recognize that he loved you?
Next.
For my exclusive interview with Lisa Marie Presley, we met in the English countryside,
Turning the
a
camera.
world away from Los Angeles.
Wow.
Lisa is here working on her new album and spending some quality time with her husband Michael Lockwood and their twin girls.
So the last time we talked, you did not have baby girls. Yeah, your children were, teenagers. Now those teenage children are grown practically, Ben and Riley. What's that like, changing diapers 15 years later?
I think now when you have children later, you are a lot more focused, and I know what's going to happen.
You feel more confident?
I feel more confident, and I feel more focused, and I want to spend as much time with them, and I don't want to lose any moments. When you're young and scattered, you tend to lose moments that you don't realize it's going to pass.
Do you think that happened with Ben and Riley?
I do a little. I was never not around. They were always with me, but my attention was scattered and dispersed for various reasons.
Yeah, because you can be there and not be there.
Right.
Yeah, you can be present but still not be there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is being away too from LA good for the children? Because we'd had a conversation earlier this summer. Lisa and I went hiking this summer.
Okay, well, obviously they're getting acquainted, and Oprah's getting her loosened up. So, that's what you do. You get your person you're interviewing relaxed, so they get comfortable with you, and then you get down to the nitty gritty. So, what the point is Oprah had invited Lisa Marie to talk about Michael, and she agreed to do this interview. And of course, Oprah pointed out from the initial entry, aren't you stunned by the parallels between you and your husband and your father's deaths? It's like down to the play-by-play. It's just unbelievable. How in the world could somebody go through something like this? Not once, but twice, right? Okay, so let's listen up a little bit more. We're going to fast forward this.
Now out of the way before I do have an album coming out, which I will sometime next year, because
I get that. I get that. You didn't want to be in the position of promoting an album and having people ask you about Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
The star-crossed love affair between Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson started in 1993. What began as friendship bloomed very quickly into something more. And in 1994, Lisa Marie shocked the world when she married Michael Jackson. And just a year and a half later, their marriage was over. They
Yeah,
had
she
not
shocked
spoken
the
for
world,
nearly
all
a
right.
decade when Michael was found dead
And so did
on
he.
June 25th, 2009, at a rented home in Los Angeles.
You've not spoken about Michael Jackson since his death, other than the blog that you did.
Right, and I really didn't speak well. When I see previous interviews, I'm barky and I tend to want to skirt out of it, and I would find quick little exits defensively out of it. So
Yeah, it's interesting because the very first interview that we did together, when I asked you, was it a real relationship, you became a little barky and defensive because
I didn't understand my relationship with him.
well, having gotten to know you since then, I understand your defensiveness coming from your point of view, but coming from my point of view, the viewer's point of view, the world didn't know what to make of that,
Right.
and really still doesn't know what to make.
I mean, how could you be married to somebody and not understand your relationship? Okay, you get married to somebody because you love them or something else is going on. I mean, in Hollywood, things are for show. I'm not sure, but they say they had a real marriage, right? But okay, that's not the point here. Let's get on with this. A little bit further up.
Where were
all
you when
back.
you first heard? Where were you?
I was in England, and I don't know why, but it was the strangest day of my life. I was crying all day.
For what reason?
I don't know, and I don't normally do that. And I was, trying to work, and came home, and I was literally cutting my food, eating my dinner, crying. And I wanted to go upstairs and go to bed and just watch something mindless on TV and stop crying. I looked at my husband. I was like, I don't know what is wrong with me. I just can't stop. And then an hour later, the knock came, and I heard.
You heard? Who told you?
It was a friend of mine who just, and actually I started getting texts. Are you okay? Are you okay? I said, what's happening? Actually, John Travolta was one of the first texts I got. Are you all right? I said, what's happening? Is this actually happening? It was still unclear,
And your reaction, your first reaction?
Real honest to goodness shock, not even tears. Just, I was floored,
The
honestly
ambulance
floored.
was backing out slow like there was no emergency.
Coming up, during the time that you were married to him, did you suspect a drug problem?
No.
Place.
June 25th, 2009.
Apparently, Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest this afternoon. He was rushed to UCLA Medical Center.
People around the world were glued to their televisions as events unfolded in Los Angeles.
They sure were.
By late afternoon, it was clear.
Michael Jackson, the legendary pop star known by
24/7
millions
for
of
weeks
fans
on
around
every
the world,
channel, the
has
biggest news
died.
ever.
A little over 1 year later, I've come to England
That
to
was
talk to
then.
Lisa Marie Presley about their relationship and his death.
And when he comes back, oh boy.
The next day after Michael's death, you
I
posted
think he's
very
going to
emotional
dominate the
thoughts on
news
your
again,
blog.
huh?
What made you do that?
I think I was just rocking a baby to sleep, and I was just in floods of tears, and I thought, I don't know, I had a moment of clarity, and I realized all this bitterness I thought I had, and indifference, and it was no longer. It all just came. It's been so crazy that I don't even know how to explain how all of it's happened, which is why I waited over a year to talk about it. Because there were so many phases of this.
So let me help you through it here.
Yes,
Let me
please.
read an excerpt of what you wrote the day after Michael died. You said, the person I failed to help is being transferred right now to the LA County Coroner's Office for his autopsy. All my indifference and detachment that I worked so hard to achieve over the years has just gone into the bowels of hell, and right now I am gutted. Gutted. I thought that was an interesting choice of words. That means gutted, empty, dug out, really. So, did you feel that you had failed to help him? Yes. Okay. So in May of 1994, when you were married to him, or during the time that you were married to
You
him,
may have failed to help him
did
then, but
you
you're helping him
suspect a
now.
drug problem?
Honestly, I didn't really suspect and catch on until just before I filed for divorce. You know, there was just an occasion, an incident where he had collapsed and he was in the hospital.
This is during the HBO.
This was an appearance he was supposed to make.
HBO.
Appearance for HBO, yeah.
In December 1995, Michael Jackson collapsed on stage while rehearsing for an HBO concert special in New York. His doctor said Michael was suffering from a viral infection. Lisa Marie flew to his side in the hospital, where he stayed for 6 days.
And when he collapsed and was in
Everybody
the
flew to the
ambulance, isn't
hospital.
that where they got that ambulance photo
It was
that they
very
used, the National Photo Group?
confusing what was
Supposedly the
wrong.
last photo
Because every day
taken
there was a different
in this
report,
driveway as
and I
they
couldn't
were
tell what was
rushing him to
happening.
the hospital on June 25th.
Dehydration, low blood pressure, exhaustion, a virus. So I couldn't really get a straight answer as to what was happening with him, and I think we were all a little bit in the dark. And at that point, I think I got from various indications, I believed that was going on then.
You thought that there's some drug use?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were times when I would pick him up from a certain doctor's office and he would not be coherent. And there was some behavior now looking back at it. And I knew that was, you know, because of injections, because they were painful, and he would need certain things because he needed to. So that
He would need things for what?
injections or whatever various dermatological.
Okay, so she's basically priming the pump to make everybody believe there was a drug problem. Nice setup. Very good. Job well done, ex-wife. Rock and roll. Okay. Well, anyway, people. Point I wanted to make here was that Lisa Marie went on the Oprah show. And she claimed that, one, she wanted to do it because she had an album coming out and she didn't want the focus to come away from her album because everybody would be asking her about Michael Jackson instead. So she agrees to do the show so she could get this out of the way. But the point I'm bringing up today is she swore on this show that this would be the last time she ever talked about Michael Jackson. So pretty much Oprah, whatever questions there were to be had, that they needed to be asked in this interview, because this is it. This was the last time. Now, here we go. Fast forward to the week of August 8th, 2019. That's today's date. And of course, just days ago, we heard that Lisa Marie Presley had signed a book deal for the tune of $4 million, a tell-all about her dad, Elvis Presley, his secrets, and of course, I've never heard things about her ex-husband, Michael Jackson, that we've never heard before. Now, you know what's really going on. You know that Elvis' death details and Michael's death details are pretty much identical down to the play-by-play, and this was, of course, verified by Oprah, who, I don't know if she was the one initially brought it up to ask Lisa Marie because she was just stunned and fascinated by this finding, I guess, that she discovered, or if it was told to her, we're not sure. It could be the greatest setup ever. Still wondering if Oprah is 100% innocent and not knowing, just as an interview, or if she's down, if she's actually playing a part in this army of love, and if she is, then nobody can be mad at her for the Leaving Neverland, because if that is set up with Safe Chuck and Robeson and Oprah, all, you know, just part of the greatest show on earth, which could very well be, people, that means Michael orchestrated the whole thing, because his vendetta against the media is to get them all hooked, reel them in, talking about him, and then bam, show up alive. Nothing wrong, no drug addiction, no molestations, no vendettas against him, but all the vendettas were directed towards who? The media, to teach them a big fat lesson not to mess with him. Alright, so there it is. There we have it, folks. I am going to turn the camera around. Hopefully this comes out right. And we are on YouTube. And again, I said I'm coming fast and furious with the clues. And I might not be done with you just yet tonight or even in the next couple hours. So you better watch, you better subscribe, and you better be ready because I'm on it. All right, guys. Adios. Goodbye. Aloha. Whatever language you speak, I'm gonna bring it. Love you. Bye.